Okay, welcome back to part 2 of showing our thinking with changing English into math. All right, boy, these two have a lot of words, and that kind of intimidates me, but we just do it bit by bit, and we'll be okay. Mrs. Watson combines her atlases and dictionaries and then divides them among 10 different tables. Oh, so we're going to have 10 tables, and each one's going to have the same amount. And we just learned with Nathaniel and his cupcakes, that means we're going to divide. If A represents the number of atlases and D represents the number of dictionaries Mrs. Watson has, write an expression. Remember, an expression doesn't have an equal sign. It's a number sentence with no equal sign to show how many books would be on each table. Awesome. So if she has atlases and she has dictionaries and she adds them all up and then divides by 10, that's how many should be on each table. Now, honestly, I think this is a terrible example because wouldn't she want to know independently how many atlases and split those up amongst the tables and dictionaries since they're different kinds of books? But that's not what the question said, so we just have to do like they say, though I think it's silly. How about this next one? Holy moly, this is a long one. To improve in basketball, Ivan's coach told him that he needs to take 4 times as many free throws and 4 times as many jump shots every day. Now, I'm just going to read one sentence and think about what's going on. So we have this kid, Ivan, and his coach told him to get better at basketball, he needs to take 4 times as many free throws and 4 times as many jump shots every day. Okay? Okay. If F represents the number of free throws, up here, I'm going to put an F, number of free throws, and J represents number of jump shots. J, that goes with jump shots. Ivan shoots daily, write an expression to show how many shots he will need to take in order to improve in basketball. Well, if every day he takes F number of free throws, and he needs to multiply that by 4, and he takes J number of jump shots, and he needs to multiply that by 4, that's how I would write it. Now, there's another way that you're going to learn in a week or two, and it's called the distributive property. And you may have thought this way in your head, but weren't sure it was correct. Well, he could take F number of free throws and J number of jump shots and multiply those by 4. You see? And those would be equal. We'll talk about how that happens later, but those would be equal. This would be satisfactory as an answer, or this. Now, you're going to have a lot of practice between what you did yesterday and what you're doing today. Turns out this is a really important skill in mathematics. Okay, I was just talking with Mrs. Glover, who teaches 8th graders, and Mr. Angel and Mrs. Hunt, who also teach 8th graders. And they said that this process of changing English into math, super hard for their students, and it would help them a lot if they were good at it. So when you're working today, please be thinking about why you want to be good at this. Maybe you don't have any care in the world about basketball or about atlases and dictionaries, and that's okay. But the skill of turning English into math is super important in math, and I would just want to make my math days in the future a little easier. Okay? All right, so to sum it up, I didn't even talk about this, but to sum it up, a lot of times it doesn't matter what the variable is used unless it asks specifically in the question for you to use a certain variable, but you'll notice that they're often like the first letter of what they represent. D for dictionary, A for atlas, J for jump shots, F for free throws, W for weight, C for cupcakes. You see what I'm saying? So this just represents an idea, okay? Weight, or this represents an idea, and then you're doing something to it. All right, good luck.